Hey there. I just want to share our heart-wrenching experience with California Doodle Rescue. Um, we have two dogs. One's 2, almost 3, and one's 3, almost 4. They were a part of our family, and we have a kid that has allergies that have progressively gotten worse, and so they had to spend most of their time outside. And although it was unfortunate, they still got, love and care. We were outside with them, playing with them numerous times a day, taking them on walks. I mean, these animals were a part of our life and part of our family. And we have a baby coming 6 months from now, and we just knew that we probably weren't able to spend as much time with them, especially them not being able to come inside the house with our child with allergies. And so we made the hard decision to rehome them so they can have a better life and be around a family and be fully integrated with them, where they can be into the house and everything like that, and just live life that they should. And so we posted on social media, sharing it with our friends and family, and just saying, hey, these are our 2 dogs. Many of them even knew them, been in our house before, loved them. And we were approached by Suzanne List, and she's one of the higher ups over there at California Doodle Rescue. And she reached out to us, and she basically said, no, don't go this route. You want to go through us. We're the doodle rehoming experts. And she really kind of sold us on the transparency of it all. So the way that she presented it to us was, not only were they specializing in rehoming doodles to their new forever home, but also that there was this transparent and fluid process along the way, meaning that we were going to get updates on where our dogs are, not necessarily their address and location, but just like, hey, they're at the foster care, and here's, she'll be sending you pictures all the time and let you know how they're doing and everything like that. And then also we'll know when they find their new home, and we may even, up to the new owners, but we may even be able to exchange information with them. And just keep tabs on them. Like we got rid of our dogs, and it was a very hard thing for us to do. And so she basically she made us feel very comfortable about that. Like, okay, this is the right choice for us and our family, because of the whole process. And of Monday of last week, so a week from today when I'm recording this, that's when they got picked up. Really tough, emotional day for us. Really sad, immediate regret, right? Like everything like that. And, but we knew that they were going to be going to a better home, and with someone that could, fully immerse themselves in loving and caring for them. And on Wednesday, I looked at their website. I was wondering, when they were going to post them and things of that sort. And they posted them as separate, right? Like one of the things we discussed was we really want for them to be together. Like that for us, that was a big deal. Like, I mean, we had some family and friends that were willing to take one, but not the other. And they could have both gone to homes in our community, and we could have still been a part of their life in one way, shape, or form. But we chose to not go that route, for them to stay together. And I understand the flip side of that. They're like, hey, these are professionals. They know if dogs should truly be together or not. Maybe we had one dog who's Baloo. He was big Bernedoodle, and he's the alpha, right? But they played all day and they wrestled around, and maybe for them, in their professional opinion, maybe they didn't need to be together. But that was not discussed with us. It wasn't something that they said, oh no, yeah, we'll make a decision where they need to be based upon their behavior and their personalities. They said, oh no, they're 100% going to go to a new home, and you guys are going to be well informed throughout the whole entire process. So Wednesday comes around, and there are 2 separate profiles. And on one of them, it says, Baloo's the alpha. It does not do well with other dogs, this, that, the other. And it's like, okay, what's happening? So we immediately reached out to them, and we said, hey, Suzanne, what's going on with this? We would like to know what's happening, because the whole plan was for them to be together, or else we could have just rehomed them to our friends and family that are here local to us, and that would have been fine as well. And now we can actually know about them and see them, and still see pictures of them on Facebook, or maybe even see them every now and then. I don't know what the plan was for that, but just know that they're somewhere and know where they're at is a very comforting feeling. I know they're being taken care of. And she immediately, went in guns blazing, and just said, hey, this is our decision. We made it, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, look, we want our dogs back at this point. And she was like, well, we can't do that. You gave up your rights. You surrendered them. And we can do whatever we want with them now. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, look, if we have to pay the rehoming fee, that's fine. Like, we'll pay the rehoming fee, give them back to us, and then we will find their new forever home after this. And she says, okay, fine. Let me see how much you owe us, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. I said, great. Let us know. I'll pay whatever invoice instantly, and just let me know the time and the place, and I'll pick them up. Thursday rolled around. Not one response from them, by the way. Like, after the whole entire day, no response. And so I text them maybe around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said, hey, Suzanne, any updates? I would like to know when to go pick up my dogs and how much I owe you. And no response, right? Maybe an hour later, somebody responded. They said, hey, we're all at work. We'll contact you later. Great. That was the last text message I received from them. And now it is Monday, February 17th. This is almost a full week has gone by since they've been picked up, and about 5 days since we reached out to them, letting them know we want them back, because they basically sold us a dream and they completely bait and switched us. And since that time, there has been not one text, not one email, nothing. Every time we text them, no response. Every time we call them, directly to voicemail. They literally blocked all of our numbers, my wife and my number. I call from other numbers, phone rings to voicemail, nobody answers though. I call from mine directly to voicemail. They're purposely avoiding us at this point. And it's a very disheartening situation when you trusted a company to do what's best and just to follow through with what they're saying. Now, at the end of it, if we weren't able to speak with the new owners or something like that kind of fell through, it's like, okay, I get it. I can live with that. But knowing where they're at, where they're going to go to, like at least the area of the world or whatever, like for us, that was just important. Like, we literally got one picture from the person that was fostering them saying, hey, we're here. It was the day of. So they picked us up from their house. About an hour later, she sent us a picture or a little video that said, hey, they made it. They're doing great. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And I was expecting a little more of that. Not one other response the rest of the time. And, we've gone to their website numerous times, and they've, they'll pop up one of their listings, and then I'll text them saying like, hey, I see my dogs are there. Can we pay the rehoming fee and get it back? And then a few minutes later, that thing's taken down. Like, I don't want anyone else to go what we went through with them, because it's not right. Like, we weren't dog abusers. We weren't people that left their dogs in the backyard and never fed them, or left them in like a little fenced area and they can only like have food and water there and never got attention. Like, they were a part of our family. And to have a company treat them this way for us, it's just really, really disheartening. And I also, to their benefit, I mean, there's pluses and minuses with every kind of company you use, right? To their defense, I will say that, if you look at their reviews online, most people that are getting dogs from them genuinely have a good experience. Like, hey, we went through a background, or they make sure their house is good for them. They kind of interview them. They place the dogs with people. They help sick dogs, right? Like, I don't want to say that they are a bad company to this community. What I want to share is how we were bait and switched by Suzanne List in this situation. And she told us one thing, took our dogs, and then now is doing something completely different now that they're in their possession. Like, completely changed the script and not even answering anything or our questions or a way for us to get them back, even though we've offered, whatever price they want to for the dogs. So for us, that's a very, very tough pill to swallow, especially with how difficult this decision was for us. And even getting to this point where, hey, we know we're not going to be able to treat these dogs at least equivalent to the way that we have to. And we know that they deserve to be in a better place. And we trusted her to be able to walk us through that process and help us, and helping us get into a situation that'll be better. And we just feel like the rug got pulled underneath us. So that's my story about this. I really do hope that this circulates and gets shared and goes to other places where people may see this and think twice about them. Like I said before, we are not the average type of family that rehomes their dog. We were proactive in it and not reactive. We knew we weren't going to be able to do this. So before it got too late, and they were neglected, maybe instead of going out and playing with them for a couple hours a day and going on walks with them, next you know, 2-3 months goes by and we have a newborn, and it's, we forget they exist to a certain degree, right? Besides letting them out in the morning or whatever. It's like, we didn't get to that point. We stopped before, and we were just expecting a lot more from this than what they gave us. And they just went back on their word. And I do want this message to get out, so that way other people do not have to deal with this heart-wrenching experience of being flat out lied to and having your parts of your family taken away from you, and you'll never see them again because of this.